Okay, so if you've spent any time online lately, you've probably run into all the hype around intermittent fasting, or IF.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere. Eating windows, weight loss promises.
Exactly. So today, we're going to try and cut through that noise.
Right. We're doing a deep dive into the actual source material, the medical research. Our mission is really to figure out what we know about IF.
The real benefits, the potential risks, and crucially, the safety stuff you absolutely need to consider.
Before even thinking about changing how you eat.
Okay, let's start with the basics. IF, fundamentally, it isn't about what you eat, right? It's about when.
Precisely. And the research mostly looks at a couple of popular patterns. There's the 16.8 method.
Yeah, that's fasting for 16 hours, eating in an 8-hour window,
Yeah.
like say noon to 8 p.m.
Exactly. Or you see the 5.2 approach. That's eating normally most days, but restricting calories really heavily on 2 days of the week.
So what's the biological idea behind this? What's happening in the body?
It boils down to something called the metabolic switch. See, when you fast, usually after about 12, maybe 16 hours,
Okay.
your body uses up its readily available sugar. That's glucose.
Right, the easy fuel.
Yeah. And then it has to switch. It starts burning stored fat for energy instead.
And that produces ketones.
That's it. Ketones are the byproduct. And that's the core difference from just cutting calories all the time. Your body's actually changing its fuel source.
So does the research back this up with actual results? What benefits are confirmed?
Well, for metabolic health, yes, the evidence looks pretty solid. There was a big meta-analysis looking at 14 studies,
Okay.
and it found significant weight loss, about 10 pounds on average, for people who had prediabetes or type 2 diabetes.
And not just weight loss.
No, also better blood sugar control.
Yeah.
And improvements in cholesterol levels, too.
That's quite significant.
It is. And it seems to go beyond just weight.
Yeah.
IMAF has also been shown to lower key markers of inflammation in the body.
Like what specifically?
Things like C-reactive protein, or CRP, and another one called IL-6, interleukin-6.
Let's quickly unpack those. CRP is kind of a general sign of inflammation going on, yeah.
Exactly. It tells you there's inflammation somewhere. And IL-6 is a specific molecule that actually promotes inflammation. So bringing those down suggests less chronic inflammation system-wide.
Okay. And this ties into something else I've read about cellular cleanup, autophagy.
Yes, autophagy, it's fascinating. It's basically the cell's internal recycling program.
The garbage disposal system.
Kind of, yeah. Cells break down old, damaged parts like proteins and organelles and recycle them.
And the theory is that this might slow aging or protect against certain diseases, like Alzheimer's.
That's the hypothesis. It's plausible, mechanistically. But we have to be really clear here. The human studies on those specific long-term effects, especially neurodegenerative diseases, are still very limited. Promising ideas, but not confirmed in large human trials yet.
Got it. Okay, so that's the potential upside. Now, the reality check. What are the risks and downsides?
Well, first off, just starting IF often comes with side effects. Many people feel fatigue, get headaches, feel irritable.
The keto flu type symptoms.
Sort of, yeah. Difficulty concentrating, sometimes digestive issues like constipation. And there's also a behavioral risk.
Which is?
The risk of overeating, maybe on less healthy foods. When your eating window finally opens, you feel deprived, then you compensate.
Makes sense. But there is a bigger safety concern flagged in the sources, wasn't there? Something about heart health.
Yes, and this is really important. A recent, fairly large study, almost 19,000 Americans,
Right.
it linked eating within a strict 8-hour window, that 16.8 pattern, to a 91% higher risk of death from heart disease compared to people eating over a more typical 12 to 16-hour period.
Wow, 91%. That's startling. What do we make of that?
It raises serious questions, critical questions we don't have answers to yet about long-term safety. Is it the short window itself? Or maybe the quality food people eat in that short window? Or does restricting food access put a kind of chronic stress on the body that impacts the heart over time?
We just don't know yet.
We don't. And that's why more research is urgently needed on the long-term cardiovascular effects.
Okay, so given these potential benefits, but also these significant unknowns and risks, who definitely should not try IF?
Safety first? Absolutely. Some groups should avoid it entirely. Pregnant and breastfeeding women, definitely.
Children and teenagers too, right? They need consistent fuel for growth.
Correct. Also, anyone with diabetes who uses insulin or certain other blood sugar medications, the risk of dangerously low blood sugar hypoglycemia is just too high.
And what about people with a history of eating disorders?
Absolutely critical to mention. Restrictive eating patterns like IF can be very triggering and harmful for
And older adults?
Yeah, older adults who are already at a healthy weight need to be cautious. Losing too much weight, especially muscle mass, can impact bone health and immune function negatively.
So wrapping this up, what's the main takeaway for someone listening?
I think the bottom line is that a lot of the weight loss benefit from IF likely comes down to just eating fewer calories overall, because the eating time is limited. It's not necessarily some unique metabolic magic for everyone.
Short-term studies show promise for metabolic health, but these long-term cardiovascular questions about very restricted windows are real and concerning.
Exactly. So if you are considering trying it, the advice is to start slow. Maybe a 12-hour eating window first, not jumping straight to 8.
Stay hydrated. That seems key.
Crucial. And really focus on nutrient-dense whole foods during your eating window. Don't just fill it with junk food. And listen to your body. If you feel really unwell, dizzy, overly weak, stop the fast.
Right. It really brings us back to the fundamentals, doesn't it?
It does. The source material consistently points back to the basics. A balanced diet with lots of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, regular exercise, getting enough sleep, managing stress.
These things are probably more impactful for long-term health than meticulously timing your meals.
Arguably, yes. Perhaps the best approach isn't about a specific schedule, but finding a sustainable way of eating that keeps you energized, healthy, and importantly, maintains a positive relationship with food long term.